everybody. It's Connie Stewart with SimplySimpleStamping.com. Thank you guys so much for stopping by today. Hey, last week I shared with you how to make this really great hot chocolate gift set. These are really, really fun to make. I love how my holiday one turned out. In fact, I liked it so much, I decided to create a matching card. So now I have a gift and a card that can go together. Stick around and I'll share a link if you missed how to create the cocoa gift. But today we're going to create our You're the Marshmallow to My Cocoa gift card. All right, let's go ahead and go over the card stock and the supplies you need for today's card. I'm going to start with a piece of Granny Apple Green for my card base. That is cut 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4.25 inches. On top of that, I'm going to layer a piece of real red cardstock. Very Christmassy. The real red cardstock is 4 inches by 5.25 inches. On top of that, we're going to add a piece of Whisper White, and that is 3.75 by 5 inch. And you're actually going to need one more little additional piece of Whisper White, just a scrap. Mine is, I believe, 1.5 by 4 inches, but really we just need a scrap so we can stamp those 3 coffee cups. My sentiment, I just need a little tiny strip of Whisper White, and this is 1/2 inch by 3.75 inch. My ink pad colors today are in Real Red, Granny Apple Green, Daffodil Delight, and then my Tuxedo Black ink pad. We're actually going to be using 2 bundles today. So we're going to start with the Warm Hugs. I loved the sentiment, you are the marshmallows to my cocoa. And we're going to use these 2 little kind of scallopy pieces that would actually be used on a coffee cup. We're going to change them. We're going to use that to add a really great kind of a focal image to our card. Our other bundle we're going to use today is the Nothing's Better Than bundle. This is one of my personal favorites because this is a stamp set I got to design. Guys, we're going to be using this one because I loved the coffee cup image. Thought it went so perfect with my sentiment, you are the marshmallows to my cocoa. So we're going to be using those images right there. All right, let's go ahead and do our stamping. I'm going to start with my black ink pad and the outline of the coffee cup. We're going to need 3 of these. So I'm going to stamp this across the scrap 3 times. And now we're going to stamp the coffee cup inside. I always like to start with my lightest color. So I'm going to start with Daffodil Delight. I'm going to stamp right inside. This is why we love photopolymer stamps because it allows us to stamp right inside. I'm going to clean my stamp. I personally love my chamois for cleaning my stamps. One thing I did want you to notice is that it's not perfectly centered. Remember, this is a retro look of a set. And so don't think, oh no, it didn't get right because I missed the edges. What I love is Stampin' Up! Designed it this way. So if I get off a little bit, it's still okay. All right, let's stamp with our Granny Apple Green. Again, you see how that's kind of off center. Now our Real Red. And there we go. So our stamping for the coffee cups, that is done. And while we're doing our stamping, we're going to go ahead and get our sentiment. You are the marshmallows to my cocoa. We'll stamp that right there in the center of that little strip of Whisper White. So for my die cutting, I'm actually going to bring in the magnetic platform for this one. So let me share the sandwich you need. We're going to start with the base plate 1, the thin die adapter, number 2. The magnetic platform is number 5. I've got my cardstock here. And on these little scallop pieces, you notice you have one that's a little longer than the other. We only want to work with that long one. So we're going to place that right here in the center. And then we can place our coffee cup right there. This is going to kind of allow us to double dip here. That way we can run this through fewer times. So we're going to get that lined up. I'm going to bring in my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. I'll lay that there, make sure everything's good and set. I'm going to add cutting plate number 3, and now we can run this through. One thing I love about this magnetic plate is that it's kind of flexible. So if you find that things kind of stick to it, you notice it kind of bends and allows it to pop right off. So now what we want to do is we want to get one more of these little long dies. Line that up right next to it. Now I can bring my coffee cups back in and we'll run this through again. All right, I've got everything die cut, everything stamped. So let's put our card together. I am going to add my adhesive here on the back of that real red piece. I love to save cardstock. I love to be able to die cut or punch from a piece before I layer. And hey, while I'm putting this card together, if you have not taken a chance or taken the time to subscribe to my YouTube channel or my blog, simplysimplestamping.com, it's a great day to do that. You can just click that great big red subscribe button. It's very easy to do. And YouTube will let you know whenever I'm back with a new video. All right, let's go ahead and take these strips here. And I'm just going to kind of make them touch one another. They're off to the side. Don't worry, we're going to be cutting it off. So you don't even need to worry about it being straight. But you can see my sentiment's going to go right inside there. So let's go ahead and add these pieces. And we'll just get some adhesive along the edges. So I was talking about subscribing to Simply Simple Stamping. If you'll go to simplysimplestamping.com, you can subscribe to my website. You'll get updates whenever I'm back with a new video. There'll be measurements and photos of every card that I do. Also, you'll be a part of my newsletter where I have free tutorials. And hey, what's not to love about free, right? We love free. All right, you can see I'm just kind of lining those up like that. Now I can add my sentiment. So let's add adhesive right down here. I am just loving this card. So festive and fun. And that sentiment it really makes me happy. I don't know, kind of makes me giggle. All right, we're going to line that up. There we go. We're going to trim down the excess. Now you can come along, you can do that with paper snips, or you can come along and you can do that on your Stampin' Trimmer. But you know what? My snips are right here. So that seems like the good and easy thing to do. All right, you ready to add these coffee cups? We're going to start here at the bottom, and I'm going to lay it a little skiwampus there. I'm going to come back in with my black ink pad, and in this stamp set, we have a steam. Let's go ahead. We're going to stamp some steam. And you can see that just goes right on top of the cup, but kind of comes off to the side. Next, we'll add that yellow coffee cup. Yep, it's going to cover up some of that steam, and that's okay. This just kind of adds a nice little accent. My last one is going to be my Granny Apple Green. Let's add that one there. And one more little bit of steam. Perfect. Now there's one more stamp in this set that is one of my all-time favorites. And that is this little tiny star. It's retro, it's cute, it's fun. I just love it. We're going to come in with that black and add just a few of those little retro stars around the edge. All right, now let's add our focal image to our card. And for that, it is Stampin' Dimensional time. So I'm going to add 3 down the long side. And we're going to get 1 here in the middle to make everything happy. You know, one thing I do love about this card is it's not just Christmas. If you change up these colors, maybe you've got somebody who has a winter birthday. I think this would still make a super cute birthday card, and just change up those colors so they kind of go along with whoever you're giving them to. There we go. Now let me bring in my gift. So there's my card and my matching gift. I'm all ready for maybe a neighbor or a coworker, someone who just really is the marshmallows to your cocoa. Guys, I hope that you enjoyed that. Remember, you can find this project. I've got the link for you, or you can go over to simplysimplestamping.com. I'll have the link for you there as well, or in the YouTube description. Thank you guys so much for being here today. If you enjoyed today's video, I would love a thumbs up on YouTube. Thank you so much for that. Be sure to tune in next time where I have more stamping inspiration waiting for you right here at simplysimplestamping.com. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.